Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Crobat Vmax. That's right, Crobat Vmax from Shining Fates. Alright, I decided that I wanted to do some fun decks that we could play from Shining Fates. You know, that would be nice to be able to use in this current format. You know, it's a nice change of pace. It's something new. It's something fresh. Instead of playing, you know, everything that's basically so kind of like linear and one-sided right now and kind of autopilot, you know, I think Crobat V has potential. I really think it has potential. And today we are going to get into why I think Crobat V from Shining Fates, Crobat Vmax, has potential from Shining Fates. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We can talk about why. We have ourselves a 3-3 line of Crobat Vmax. Alright, we're going to talk about, let's do Crobat V first. Crobat V, alright? Crobat V has been in our format since Darkness Ablaze. Alright, and we basically, what we could do with him is when we play him from our hand, you could put him down on the bench and draw up to 6 cards. So this is a draw engine, or draw card. So you can use this to potentially draw more cards, which is very good. So it's not just a regular evolution line. You could use them as a support Pokemon. So there's that. And also we have Crobat Vmax, alright? It has 300 HP. That's a little low, but we're not really worried about that. Alright? It has 2 attacks. Its first attack for Darkness and the Colorless, it does 70, and it poisons your opponent's Pokemon, and it goes to the bench. This is the attack we're going to focus on for poisoning. Alright? And, and then we have the next attack, alright, for 2 Darkness and a Colorless. It just does a straight 180 damage. Alright? But with the first attack will be poison. That's what we're going to really be looking at here. So where's the other one at? All right, we have ourselves a 2-2 line of Toxicroak. All right, we're just going to talk about Toxicroak here. Toxicroak has the ability that basically lets you put 2 more damage counters on a Pokemon that is poisoned in between turns. So if he does 70 and poisons, the poison will do 1 more, so that'll be 80, and this will be like 100. You know, with 2 on the bench, that's a little bit more. So you're just putting a little bit more damage on the poison Pokemon. Basically, this is going to set up 2 shots, or maybe even, basically, yeah, this is going to set up 2 shots or 3 shots on your opponent's Pokemon, where most decks can't really heal off all their damage. Alright, let's see. We have ourselves a 2-2 line of Weezing from Rebel Clash. Alright, Weezing has the ability that if it's in the active spot, it shuts off all of your opponent's Pokemon abilities. Now, the reason why this is so good with this deck is because with Crobat's first attack, he switches to the bench. So when you switch to the bench, you can switch into the wheezing and shut off your opponent's abilities. Therefore, the only thing really they can do is maybe use supporters or something. So that is very, very good. You know, a little bit of control with a little bit of poison, you know. So that's what he's really in here for. The attack is not too shabby either. You can do severe poison. I think it says put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon instead of 2. You know, instead of 1, I mean. And then you've got Toxicroak to do extra poison damage as well. So that's not too shabby either. Alright, oh, let me talk about this coughing. This is a new coughing from Shining Fates. It has Ascension, which basically says that you could basically evolve him straight into Wheezing. You can evolve him straight into Wheezing. So if you go second and you happen to have this active, attach your energy, go Ascension, and then your opponent won't have any abilities going into their turn. And while you set up your Crobat Vmax. So that's also an option. So you go Ascension, put the Wheezing active, they have no abilities, while you set up your Crobat Vmax. So this Ascension is very good. That goes along with the Wheezing. We have ourselves 2 copies of Dedenne. Support Pokemon. Playing from your hand, discard your hand, draw 6. And I'm including into the Pokemon line 4 copies of Lily's Pokédoll. It's technically not a Pokemon, but we're going to use this when Crobat V switches out of the active spot. So when he switches out of the active spot, you switch it to a Lily's Pokédoll. And when Lily's Pokédoll is in the active spot, if they knock it out, they don't get a prize for this. So, you know, a little bit of poison, a little bit of deception, a little bit of poison, control their abilities. This is very, 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 a very control-y type poisonous deck, which is very, very good. I really, really like the idea of this. I also just love this Koga's Gym Leader, not Gym Leader, but Koga's Elite Four music. And we've got the music from Pokemon Masters EX. So, very, very good, cool music here. Got the Koga's theme. I think Koga would actually play this deck too. You know. 4 copies of Professor's Research. Discard your hand, draw 7. Three copies of Marnie. Three copies of Boss's Orders. Four Quick Ball. For Pokemon Communication. For Switch. All this stuff is self-explanatory. 2 copies of Reset Stamp. Reset Stamp can be very good. Alright. Let's see, can I see that? I think they can see that. Actually, I might put it here. Two copies of Big Charm. for your Crobat Vmaxes to push them up to 330. Alright, give them a little bit more HP. 1 copy of Great Catcher. Just an extra gusting effect to pull up your opponent's Pokemon GXs, which is very good. 2 copies of Power Plant. Alright, Power Plant is to shut off your opponent's, well, it shuts off GX abilities and EX abilities. Like, it'll shut off Dedenne GX. But we don't have too many Dedennes in here. And we have more Crobats than Dedennes. And so I don't think we're really too much affected by Power Plant. I think Power Plant would be really, really good, especially against decks like Mewtwo and Mew 3. Other players playing Dedenne GX, things like that, so forth. On to the energies. Alright. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 dark energies. Alright. For your Pokemon. And we have 2 capture energy. Alright, 2 capture energy. Attach it to your Pokemon, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it on your bench. Very, very good for getting out your Pokemon, your basic Pokemon, your Croagunk or your Coughing. Alright. But yeah, I really, really like the idea of this. You know, don't get me wrong, it could have some problems, you know, against certain decks, certain fighting decks, you know. I mean, there's not too many things that could one-shot it, maybe, but I'd say maybe Cinescorch, if they have enough energies, you know. I mean, other than like a fighting deck, you know. But yeah, like this, I think this could be very, very fun. If you'd like to try out something like this, this would be something you could try out from Shining Fates. You know, take a screenshot of it, you know, try it out, see if you guys like it. Shining Fates is actually coming out Friday. So when you get your cards and you get your pulls, you know, hold on to your Crobats, hold on to your stuff, and try this stuff out. Alright? Guys, that is the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, mischief managed.